I now request all the office bearers to come to the dais and have their respective seats. Yes. Sir, I ask you to please come. I request all the office bearers to please come and take your seats on the dais, please. Raju? Now I request the President, National President, to address the members.
Good evening, everyone. President Emeritus, Shri Narayan Reddy Garu, all the past presidents present here, management committee members, invited guests, members of the association. I welcome you all to this 31st annual general meeting of the association here. We are meeting in person after a gap of 3 years due to pandemic, which separated us to meet in person. However, our sector continued to work all through the pandemic and produced life-saving medicines for our fellow countrymen and also for the globe. The work of our members was highly appreciated by one and all, and the work did not allow any appreciable shortage of medicines in the market, and everything, all COVID-related medicines were freely available in the market, and work was highly appreciated by one and all. I compliment our members for this great contribution to the nation during the hard pandemic times. As we are aware, pharmaceutical industry is a very strategic industry, contributing significantly to the growth of Indian economy, besides being importance to the health security of the nation. Despite several hurdles, the industry has outperformed and exported 24.6 billion during last year. The FDI inflows to the Indian drugs and pharmaceutical sector was 19.4 billion between 2000 and 2022. Indian industry is expected to reach $130 billion by 2030. India today ranks third in volume and 14th by value. The country has established domestic pharmaceutical industry with a strong network of about 12,000 to 13,000 manufacturing units. Based on our current status as a leading supplier of generic medicines and vaccines, we are being branded as a pharmacy of the world. However, the fact remains that India is highly dependent on imports on one major country, namely China, for its requirement of APIs and intermediates. Now, this makes us highly vulnerable and also compromised on national security. The governments at the state and center both have increased their focus on self-reliance, and discussions are being held regularly to decide on what they should do next. The government approved two production-linked schemes for pharmaceutical sectors. The one scheme for reduction in imports for the selected APIs, and the other to create world-class manufacturing facilities. Some of our members, it may be noted that some of our members have been selected by DOP under this scheme. In March 2022, under the scheme of strengthening of pharmaceutical industries, government also announced a scheme with a capital outlay of 500 crore to help MSME units to upgrade their quality infrastructure. We thank Department of Pharmaceuticals for launching financial assistance scheme for strengthening the pharmaceutical industries, especially designed for upgradation of MSME units and pharma clusters. Government also announced development of 3 pharma parks. Although our state is not the beneficiary of this scheme, but we hope that the bulk drug and intermediate sector would be highly benefited by creation of these pharma-specific parks. We do understand that these schemes may not be enough to bring self-reliance to this industry. And I invite suggestions from all the members as to what needs to be done next. There are various forums in which the discussion is taking place, and I would ensure that your valued suggestion reaches the policymakers. As a leading representative body, the BDMA, we have been representing various issues facing the industry to the notice of central and state governments by utilizing different platforms. The industry is passing through very difficult situation post-COVID due to steep rise in raw material costs and the fuel costs and selective demands, and certainly needs the attention and hand-holding to overcome this situation. We have taken a lead in preparing and submitting a representation to the Finance Ministry for with the help of other jointly with other pharmaceutical associations like IDMA, PharmExcel, FOP, for announcing the rate of RoadTap, the scheme which was, as a substitute of MEI scheme which was announced, but the rates for pharmaceutical sector has not been announced. So we have submitted a joint representation to the Finance Ministry in this regard. We also effectively submitted our representation on the other important issues like various shortcomings in the PLI scheme, EC for the bulk drug industry under B2 category, permanent permission to expand the CETP discharge, permanent permission to expand based on CETP discharge, difficulties of MSME units on implementation of QR code, incentivizing units for rare disease manufacturing and antimicrobial resistance, etc. BDMA at specific intervals has been representing to state government to consider allotting land to local industries at a concessional price. We have requested them to allocate about 3,000 acres of land for the current BDMA members to expand their facilities. I am happy to inform that BDMA has now gained a status of major association for bulk drug and intermediates manufacturers and being regularly invited to participate in key discussions at the central level with various departments, be it for trade negotiation, be it for regulatory, or be it for environmental concerns. All information from time to time is being passed on to the members, and the opinions have been sought in many cases. I request members to kindly respond to our request for opinion because your opinion forms the basis for our response. Additionally, in order to deal with the situation more effectively, we propose to form some subcommittees, 5 subcommittees, to focus on specific issues like environment, regulatory issues, international trade, and to implement BDMA Technology and Training Center and pharmaceutical-related issues. I request members, especially the second generation members, to come forward and connect with BDMA in order to take these issues forward. Dear friends, you are all aware that we have constructed 25,000 square feet building in GD Matla Industrial Estate on a plot which was allotted to us in 2008-2009. We now propose to utilize the building for running a training center for training human resource required for the pharma industry. In view of the exponential growth expected of pharma industry, the manpower in future is expected to be scarce. The trained manpower will be difficult to get. Keeping that in mind, we want to set up a training center in the facility that we have at GT Matla. The work on that is going on, and maybe another 4 to 6 months' time, it will be operational. I'm happy to note that the association with Department of Pharmaceuticals, Government of India, and NIPER Hyderabad and CDSO Hyderabad Zone, DCA Telangana, and Pharmaxil, we organized a program on recent advances in good manufacturing practices on 20th August last month. The program was well attended by more than 300 delegates, and technical papers presented were very well received and highly appreciated. Another national workshop in association with JETL on sustainable growth of industries and protection of environment on the occasion of Golden Jubilee of World Environmental Day was organized on 10th of June at JNTU Auditorium. The event was also well attended and was highly appreciated by one and all. Besides, we have also conducted several webinars and virtual meetings with different organizations. Our team, our management committee team, wish to organize similar kind of seminars and workshops in the near future at regular intervals for the benefit of the members. BDMA has thus far been working with very minimal full-time staff of 2 persons and 1 part-time, Mr. Ishwar Reddy, with us. I feel BDMA will soon need to strengthen its secretariat to effectively respond to the current requirements. I'm happy to inform that Dr. Appaji has kindly consented to work with us actively as an honorary advisor on issues related to foreign trade and dealing with government departments. With his rich experience at DG Pharmaxil and previous experience of dealing with government departments, he will be an asset to the organization. I thank him. I take this occasion to thank him for consenting to work with BDMA. I once again thank BDMA for giving me this opportunity and wish you all the best for the future times ahead. Thank you very much.
I now request the General Secretary to read the minutes of the meeting of 30th AGM held on 25th September 21 for approval, and to present a report from the Executive Committee on the working of the Association for the year 21-22.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, thank you for having me as your secretary. And the first point on the agenda is to pass the minutes of the 30th AGM. The minutes are already with you, and can I have a proposer and a seconder as well, please? Thank you. So, sir.
Minutes of the meeting.
Yeah. Taking it as approved. Mr. JT and.
Report from the Executive Committee also?
Yeah, that. Coming to the current year, it gives me immense pleasure in presenting the 31st annual report for the year 21-22 on the working of the association. The active membership of the association was 261 as on 31st of March 2021. There were 11 new members who joined in the year 21-22, taking the total number of members, active members, to 272. Here I would like to request the help of the current members to increase our membership strength, please spread the word around. I think BDMA is doing a lot of work now, and we hope to do a lot more. And any kind of recommendations to your friends in the industry, not just from Hyderabad, but I think we need people from all over the country. We are Bulk Drug Manufacturers Association of India, so we need people from all over the country now. Regarding the BDMA website, this is accessible to everybody, and this is containing a lot of information pertaining to the bulk drug activities and information regarding our industry. And members are invited to send their articles relevant to the bulk drug industry for publishing. Members can find government notifications, orders, and reports related to our industry in our newsletters and BDMA website. So please, you're encouraged to go visit the website whenever there is a question. Of course, the Secretariat and all of us are here to answer your questions at any given time. But the website has actually been upgraded. Please visit the website and understand what we're doing. Coming to the BDMA facility, like Mr. RK has just updated, there is a lot of work going on the 25,000 square feet facility that is going on. I will request Mr. Ishwar Reddy to give a detailed update later this evening after these presentations are done. So the report is with you. I will not read the entire report. I will just highlight a few things, some things which we think are important milestones that have been covered by BDMA. So there was a lot of requests from a lot of industries with regards to facilitating the visas for inspectors, regulators from other countries, from USA and Europe. BDMA had taken this up strongly with the Ministry of External Affairs, because this was again leading to a delay in terms of approvals and therefore business. And the ministry responded positively and replied that any visa requests for the FDA staff members would be expedited to ensure timely inspections. There was an interactive meeting with the Commerce Secretary at FTCCI Red Hills, Hyderabad, and this was held on the 9th of November 2021, where we had the opportunity to discuss various issues that we are faced with as an industry. We also made a representation in November 2021 to the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers requesting BIS time extension for methylene chloride, and this was taken positively as well, and we did get some time out of that. BDMA is a part of the national pricing of NPPA, and NPPA had constituted a committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Ishwar Reddy, Joint Drug Controller, to monitor the export and import trends of APIs, formulations, medical devices recommended for treatment of COVID-19. And this was a very, very important period. All of us have gone through this period where we were extremely anxious in terms of availability of medicines, availability of medical devices, and I think BDMA has played a very important role over here. We attended several video conference meetings conducted by the Secretary, Department of Pharmaceuticals, to review the supply chain crisis. Again, during the peak COVID time, we had VC meetings held on the 8th of December on the subject production-linked incentive schemes. Yes, there was a lot of inputs that were given by BDMA. There are still things that need to be resolved, and we continue to work on those. The request for extension under MOEF notification SO 2859 with regards to expansion under the B2 category. The members had requested BDMA to, convince the board to extend their timelines. We had applied for this thrice, out of which twice it was approved, it was taken favorably. We are still making representations to make this a permanent thing instead of having a timeline to it where people can apply for an expansion on an ongoing basis instead of having a deadline to it. There is one issue I think the entire bulk drug industry is faced with today, is with regards to the QR code. We have made several representations. Unfortunately, this has come up in vain. The government is very, very adamant about the implementation of this. And therefore, we all need to be geared up. We have only 3 months. And to tackle that issue, we had also arranged certain web conferences with a party that is based out of Bangalore, and they are pretty well established. So anybody who needs help on implementation, if they do not have the system in place, this party is fairly in a mature state in terms of giving that service. And that is already available in the report as well. We had constituted an ethics committee and an apex ethics committee for pharmaceutical manufacturing practices under the Uniform Code of Pharmaceutical Marketing Practices, and some of the MC members are a part of this. We had a preparatory meeting with respect to India-EU Joint Working Group on Pharmaceuticals, which was held in May of this year. And the whole crux of the issue was to try and see, the government is still trying to decide if we really need another certification like the written confirmation, or can the existing WHO GMPs, the existing GMP certifications that we have, can be considered equivalent to the written confirmation. So this is work in progress, and hopefully we'll get some good news on it soon. The ROTP for the pharma sector and the launch of strength of pharmaceutical industries is already covered by RK Saab, so I will not repeat that again. And some of the representations to the state government that we had made is aligning the CFE and CFO with the new MOEF guidelines on issuance of EC, where there will not be a requirement or control in terms of the quantity that needs to be produced, but on the effluent that is generated. This is still work in progress. Several representations have been made, and we hope that this will fructify into something good going forward. One of the important things that BDMA did also in the current year is with regards to the coal allotments, where a lot of us were facing issues in terms of not being allocated enough coal, and we had to buy stuff outside. I mean, there were some of the factories that had to even run below capacity. BDMA had meeting with the Singareni Collieries company, and they responded very, very positively, and they had made sure that enough coal was available for all the pharma industries, taking into consideration that we are an essential commodity. Mission Bhagiratha water supply to the industrial estate. This is something that all of us have been looking forward to. Several representations were made, and Honorable Chief Minister had responded positively and directed TSISC to make a study and submit a report in this regard. We are waiting for the good news, hopefully soon. There were several meetings held with Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, IAS Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce, Government of Telangana. Some of them were regarding representation submitted on the antimicrobial resistance, AMR, due to antibiotics manufacturing activity, expedition of reallotment of BDMA site at GD and allocation of land at Hyderabad Pharma City to BDMA members on priority and at a concessional rate. Some of the workshops and seminars that were conducted during this term was meeting with GS1. This is the approved track and trace product service providers. This is what I was talking about in terms of the QR code. There was an online meeting held with the Center for Science and Environment on the 3rd of June with regards to, again, the AMR activity. There was a general body meetings of LSSDC. We had the opportunity to felicitate Dr. Parsad Degaru at his office as soon as he was nominated. And we also sponsored the Drug Controllers Conference. This was on the 2nd of July, held at NIPA. BDMA sponsored the breakfast for this conference. And more recently, we had the outreach program on strengthening of pharmaceutical industries in the MSME and pharma clusters. This was an extremely well-attended event, and not only well-attended, but very well received, because we had some very, very good speakers. It was very knowledgeable and very practical in terms of the delivery of the presentations as well. We had a national workshop on sustainable growth of industries and protection of environment. This was on the 10th of June. This was jointly held by BDMA and JETL. This was also very well attended. And the rest of the details are already in the report. So if there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, I thank all the members, office bearers, members of the executive committee and the staff of BDMA who assisted me in discharging my duties during my tenure. Thank you.
I now request our Treasurer, Mr. L.V. Sunil, to present the financial statement of the Association for the year 2021 to 22.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everybody. So I'll be brief. The audited report has been shared with all of you. It is available. I'll give a few highlights on that. We had a total income of 104 lakhs and an expenditure of 65, and we had an excess of income over expenditure 39 lakhs. Bulk of the income was driven from membership fees and interest income from FDs. Expenditure is salaries, consultancy charges, GST, rent, and other items. We have a fixed deposit of 5 crores 34 lakhs as of now. All the copies of the audit along have already been placed before the House. I request you to approve the same. So thank you all.
The auditors are supposed to come. They have not come, so we will treat it as it has been passed by the people. Now, next is, I have to announce the new office bearers, and as per convention, the office bearers who have done first year, they continue for the second year to carry on the outstanding tasks and all that. So I request, they are unanimously elected, I request you to kindly approve the same. Thank you. Now, regarding the executive committee members, all the executive committee members will remain there. And one addition, I got it, a youngster has come forward from Metrochem API Private Limited, executive committee member for the post of that. Haridev Nandepu, he is the whole-time director of Mr. Metrochem API Private Limited here, and he has submitted his application, nomination, and kindly approve it. He will be the executive committee member along with that. Right? Thank you. We have to appoint auditors for the next year, and the same auditors who are there for us will continue for the same. We have given their remuneration 1 lakh, it continues the same. 2 years back only we have increased it. For the same remuneration, they are being continued. Okay? Right, thank you. Now there is a presentation on BDMA Technology and Training Center by Mr. Ishwar Reddy.
Good evening to all the distinguished members. I will be making a brief presentation on the BDMA Technologies and Training Center, which are planned, which has been referred by the President and Secretary of the Association just now. As you all know that in 2008 or 2009, BDMA was allotted 1 acre of land for construction of office complexes, where along with BDMA, all other related industry associations can have their setup and office at that center. However, though the building to a large extent was completed, somehow the proposal did not go through and the building was lying idle, and we have been getting pressure from the government to surrender it back. In view of this, because already BDMA had spent substantial amount to the extent of 3.5 to 4 crores on this building, main structure was completed, so we thought of utilizing for a purpose which serves all the members. So one of the best option we thought was, why not we have a advanced training and technology center which can be utilized by all the members. So whatever we present, of course, some work is in progress, and any suggestions and are all welcome from the members. So basically, the vision was to catalyze and encourage quality and productivity and innovation, act as a knowledge center, then also have advanced analytical testing facility, and also training center, particularly aimed at providing training which is very relevant to bulk drug and pharma industry. Because most of the ITS and all, they don't concentrate on this, and there is acute shortage of trained people for the industry. So we also thought that why not we make use of this facility for Training and Apprentices Training Act, which every industry has to statutorily comply and train the employees up to 2.5% of their employee strength every year. Then we also have Pradhana Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana, and we also have an association. We are also a governing body member of LIFE as a skill development program, and we have been involved in a lot preparing the course material and evaluation things. So they are also willing to extend all help to us. And if you see, all the beneficiaries will be the members, and particularly all related pharma industry members. Analytical testing facility, presently we are keeping it on hold. We first want to concentrate on the training center. However, we have entered into an agreement with IICT Hyderabad, which can be utilized by all the members. They have given their services. They have also given provision to collect the samples from the industries and analyze and give, and they've given a good concessional rate. As for the training center, we are looking at faculty. Even IICT has offered to give faculty because they are already having similar training. Then skill development, life sciences skill development. Then GIZ is also willing Plus also now, in fact, NIPER also expressed their desire to extend support in providing the faculty. Over and above, industry itself has got a lot of experts whose services can be utilized. The project is located in GD Matla next to the ILA office itself, just not even few yards from the JETL. It's about 1 acre of land which we have taken from TSIAC on a 30 years lease, which can be extended. The project components, advanced analytic test center, we will have the instrumentation, then wet laboratory and calibration gases. Particularly these facilities will be very, very useful for MSME sectors because they cannot afford such type of facilities individually in their industries. And the proposed facilities for training center will have classrooms, staff rooms, computer center, chemistry, physics, unit of laboratories, then virtual reality simulation of the plant operations, then of course meeting conference rooms, and of course support facilities will have a canteen and parking and internal roads, security, surveillance, other things. The present estimated is actually, as of now, we have already spent around 500 lakhs. The balance building completion could 530, then training center items, like all the furniture and all those things, then training support facilities like in the classroom, the teaching material, then instruments, then gadgets and others, then expenses for project. Total project estimated is at 1650. This is excluding the advanced analytical center. Now, we also proposing to seek support from the members at least to the extent of around 535 lakhs, and whoever members come forward, we would also like to acknowledge their sponsorship by dedicating the certain classrooms on the company's name or whatever they desire. So like suppose auditorium is expected to cost around 75 lakhs, classrooms each 25 lakhs, like computer center, workshop. In fact, as of now, we have collected about 45 lakhs, and there's one company who has already sponsored 25 lakhs and requested us to allot the chemistry lab to them. So we just put their name acknowledged. Similarly, we are also looking at support from other members. It would be very helpful to see that this project becomes successful. In addition to this, we have now made an application. In fact, earlier also we made an application to DOP under the old scheme, but though they given us in principle approval, it was held back because a new scheme was being introduced. So now we have again made an application under the new scheme. It was September 30th was the last date we have already made. In fact, we are also regularly getting reminders from DOP, and they are very keen on at least giving approval to us and JETL, which have been earlier also given in principle approval. So the grant will be to the extent of 70% of the project cost. So, in fact, earlier scheme, they insisted on having a separate SPV, but now the rules have been changed, so BDMA itself is an SPV. So we can implement this project as a BDMA extension itself. So our response will be, we prepare a DPAR is already ready. We prepare and take the final approval, take statutory approvals, then undertake operations and maintenance, and also manage the training center, for which we may look at some good operator also. Then the implementation time is almost, it may be less than 12 months. Present status is the building is almost ready, electricals are going on, flooring is going on, some windows and other things are getting fixed. Then basement is all over. We got a power connection just last week, but only we are going in a 50%. Other 50% we would like to extend as and when we get the funds or sponsorship. But it would be always much easier to have the whole work done in one go rather than, but anyway, that's okay. These are the expected expenditure around 20 lakhs towards staff salaries, guest faculty and other. And we have also estimated based on how many students we can train under Apprentices Act, Pradhana Mantri, and because government also gives per candidate certain amount, that also works out to in the similar. We have estimated on the lower side, but the income could be slightly more than this. So our aim is to make it a self-sustaining, and if we successfully operate for after 2 or 3 years, then any funds given by the industry can be booked under CSR expenses also, for which we take an expense. But at the beginning, we have to show that the facility is running. So that option is also available for us. So this was the architectural plan of the building. This is the basement. Part of the basement, slightly this side of the basement, we are converting one bottom because the parking place is too big. So converted one to chemistry lab and other one canteen. Balance we are leaving as a basement only. This is the top floor where an auditorium is there, and still some more area is for expansion. Only half of the second floor is done. This is the main first floor where we are doing all the activity. Here, this last portion, we would like to reserve for BDMA office, so that we want to occupy immediately and tell TSISC that yes, we are already using. Then other places about computer simulation center, virtual simulation, and about 8 classrooms, plus training center, office, everything gets accommodated. But now we are only 50%, but anyway, very soon we have to do 100%. This is the present status, outside side view, and that's the elevation. Inside work is going on. This is the power we just got last week only. That's the canteen architectural plan in the basement. This is the chemistry lab proposed. The areas we are maintaining quite spacious, so that at least 30 to 40 students should be able to work in a go. That's the classroom strength. Then the classrooms, then the computer room, then the process development laboratory, then of course the reception area, staff room, then the director's room. That's the base parking area, which has been already floor, everything is over. Thank you very much. So this is the proposal. If any questions, I can answer, and we would welcome suggestions and sponsorship for this project. Thank you.
Your cell phone is there. Your phone is there. Your phone. Now, any other matter if you want to discuss with the office bearers, you are welcome. Nothing? Then we will go to the vote of thanks by Mr. Vijay Kiran, Secretary.
Firstly, I thank all the BDMA members for giving us support all throughout the year and helping all our office bearers and the executive committee to execute our activities in time and effectively. And I always request the BDM members to continue the support that you are giving us throughout the last year, and thank you for making this AGM a successful AGM. And I thank everyone, the auditors, and I also thank Radhakrishna Murthy for coordinating the whole event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We will go to the next session of felicitating Dr. Parth Reddy garu in this. And just in 2 minutes, we will start it. Okay? Friends, if you can take your seats, we will start the program. That's all. In place of Narayan Reddy, floral bouquets. Subbareddy garu kuda floral bouquet ivali. Friends, if you take your seats, we'll start the program, sir. Please be seated. Please take your seats, sir. We start the program now. Now I request Dr. V.V. Krishna Reddy Garu, V.V. Subba Reddy Garu to accompany Dr. B. Parsad Reddy Garu to the dais and take their respective seats. Sri R.K. Agarwal, National President, CHAP Rameshwar Rao, Senior Vice President, and Vice President, of course, R. Srinivas Raju to come to the dais and have their respective seats. I request Sri V.V. Subba Reddy Garu to chair the session. The floral bouquets. See, Dr. Parsad Reddy Garu was insisting that there should not be any ostensible big reception or big arrangement. So that's why we made it very simple. I hope he will be right. Now, I request Dr. Subba Reddy Garu to make the welcome address. You speak on this. Right. Mic, mic, okay, please. Thank you.
Good evening, all the members of BDMA. And it is a very joyful occasion for me to accept and felicitate Dr. Parsad Reddy Garu, who has achieved great heights in the pharmaceutical industry with his basic strong foundation from as a R&D head in DRL. He has his own organization, which by his persistent, intelligent, effective way of doing things, and reached such a with a terrific speed in the achievements, and he has reached the stage where we all appreciate, and we also want his strength to be continued further with good health and with divine blessings. So I wish him a very big, more healthy and prosperous life, maybe few decades to go. Thank you. Yeah. No, anybody?
Anybody from the public? Okay. Good evening, everyone, again. It is my privilege and honor to welcome Dr. Parsad Reddy here. Actually, I want to narrate one simple incident. When we went to his office along with Dr. Appaji to facilitate his nomination to the Rajya Sabha, he was just getting nominated, and we sought his time and met him in his office. And he was so humble and so welcoming that he said, I am one among you. He's a self-made man, and he's really, I was really very delighted to see his humbleness. He says, I'm one among you, and I want to host BDMA's annual meeting and interact with the young generation people, the new generation people, the second generation people, and because his son, I think his son already in business and delegated most of the executive powers to him. So he said, I want to interact with the young generation people, but make it simple. But I don't want any shosha. It should be a simple affair, and I want to just interact with the members because I'm one among you. So that is the kind of simplicity he brings to the table. I think I admire very much. Thank you very much, sir. And everybody, all of you know him very well, so I don't need to say anything. We are very happy to see that one of our own members has reached the parliament and Rajya Sabha especially. And we look forward to working with him and resolving some of the issues facing industry. We thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. I will now read the biodata of Dr. B. Parsath with your permission. He is now the chairman of the Hitro Group of Companies. He was born in Kandukuru village of Khammam district on 6 March 1964. He is a scientist and founder chairman of Hitro Group of Companies. He is a student of SPS College Sattupalli and SR and BGNR College Khammam and Usmania University Hyderabad. After completion of his education, Sri B. Parsath Reddy Garu started his career as a research chemist in Dr. Reddy's as chief chemist in Uniloids and Standard Organics Limited for 13 years. Over the past 3 decades, he made Hitro to emerge as one of the vertically integrated pharma companies, both in APIs and finished dosages. His company today is a world leader in the manufacture and supply of antiretroviral drugs. And Hitro played a significant role during the COVID pandemic. Besides being an astute industrialist, Dr. B. Parsath Reddy Garu is an avid philanthropist, and as he conceptualizes and implemented many charitable programs, especially in the field of health care and education. Dr. Parsath Reddy Garu is active board member of TTD Board, Devasthanam, and co-chairman of Lead India Foundation, and founder of Sri Krishna Sai Sindhu Charitable Trust, and Dr. B.P. Parsath Reddy, and again founder of Sri Spurti Charitable Trust also, and Sri B.P.S. Reddy is established Telangana's biggest non-for-profit cancer hospital at Hyderabad. Recently, he got unanimously elected for Rajya Sabha and he is a member of parliament now. Thank you very much. I now request Sri M. Narayan Reddy Garu to give his address and his speech on this occasion.
Speak from here, sitting here.
Only climbing is problem. Standing is no problem. Good evening, friends. Respected my seniors and my junior colleagues. Today, as my senior said that it is joyful to him, but not only him, it is joyful to all of our BDMA society, especially people who have associated with him quite long, very closely, day-to-day meetings, day-to-day going together to find out the solutions for the BDMA problems, etc. This was our experience. I mean, we can, if you recollect that, so hard we used to work for the benefit of the industry, especially for these pollution problems. There was a ban on the industry, no expansion, no new product, nothing. At that stage, Mr. Nityananda Reddy and Dr. Parsath Reddy and myself, we took a lot of trouble, lot of time we spent and made it as long as the industry is not polluting, so the industry can be expanded like that, we could get the GO amendment. So there is a great achievement for the industry, especially for the bulk drug industry. And it's like that. I need not go for again the same subject that what Parsath Reddy was and what Parsath Reddy made and all these things, it is everybody knows here and everybody is having the association with him sometime or other. I need not go for that again because it's a known subject to everybody. One thing I want to tell you is here, especially in the COVID time, I mean, the way he behaved, the way he did his job as a responsible person, as a responsible entrepreneur, as a responsible manufacturer of the remdesivir. One day my people asked me, you telephone and recommend to get some remdesivir injections. Some of my employees, they were there in the hospital. When I called them, they said that, sir, we cannot directly give you. You please tell me where your patients are there. Our person will go and deliver there. This is the commitment and this is the strict maintenance of the, what you call that, in spite of my closeness and this thing, he did not hand over me directly the injection. Maybe it is a small thing when he has made several millions or billions of injections. Giving some 1 or 2 injections is not a big thing. But he has committed to the law and followed. That is the greatness with him. This is my personal experience I am telling. This is how, that is the reason, that is how he could succeed in his business or in any of these things, for his commitment. He's a bull worker. That made him, more than his intelligence and more than his chemistry and more than this everything. He works, we work 8 hours, he works 16 hours. That is the strength in him and that is the capacity in him for success of his business and for success. And today we are glad, we are happy to see him not only as an entrepreneur, as a person who can help the society become a parliamentarian, and he will definitely a big help for the industry and everybody here. So with this, I think I want to congratulate once again, though it is late, on his success of parliamentarian, and I wish him all the best for his future and his destiny. Thank you. Thank you, Ananda.
I invite any one of you associated with him can come and speak a few words. Please come.
Good evening, everyone. అందరికి నమస్కారం. నా పేరు మల్లారెడ్డి, SM ల్యాబ్ మేనేజింగ్ డైరెక్టర్. సార్ గురించి ఒక 2 నిమిషాలు మాట్లాడాలి. మేము 81లో యూనిడెట్స్లో మేము ప్రొడక్షన్ ఉండేవాళ్ళు, సార్ R&D ఉండేవాళ్ళు. R&Dలో ఒక 10 మంది ఉండేవాళ్ళు కెమిస్ట్రీగా. ఈసారి ఒక పక్కన ఒక మూలకు ఒక టేబుల్ మీద ఎప్పుడు ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ చేసేవాడు. అందరు అనుకునేవాళ్ళు, అంతా చిట్ చాట్ చేసేవాళ్ళు. కానీ ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ చేసేవాళ్ళు, మెటనిడిజోల్ అని. మేము దాంట్లో 2 మెథైల్ ఇమిడిజోల్ నుంచి 2MA కాంప్లెక్స్గా కన్వర్ట్ చేశాడు. ఈల్డ్ ఎంత పెరిగిందంటే 2 times డబుల్ అయిపోయింది అప్పుడు. అంటే తర్వాత వాళ్ళంతా అంటే ఒక 10 మంది కెమిస్ట్రీలు సార్ కంపెనీ పెట్టిన తర్వాత చాలా సపోర్టింగ్ ఉండేవాడు ఎంప్లాయీస్కి. అప్పట్లో కొంచెం ఇబ్బంది ఉండే ఇండస్ట్రీ, ఎంప్లాయీస్ కూడా కొంచెం ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు చాలా సపోర్టింగ్ ఉండేవాడు. అప్పట్లో నేను ఒక ఎంప్లాయీస్ తరఫున లీడ్ చేసేటప్పుడు సార్ నాకు చాలా సపోర్టింగ్ ఉండేవాళ్ళు. అంటే మేము అప్పట్లో యంగ్, అంటే మేము సార్ అప్పుడు ఎట్లా ఉన్నాడు, ఇప్పుడు అట్లాగే ఉన్నాడు. అంటే ఒకటి ఎఫర్ట్స్, అంటే వర్క్ ఎట్లా చేసేవాడంటే వాళ్ళ 10 మంది కూడా సార్ దగ్గర పోయి ఇప్పుడు జాబ్ చేశారు. సారేమో ఈరోజు వరల్డ్ లీడర్ అయిపోయాడు. అంటే ఎంత హార్డ్ వర్కింగ్ అంటే ఈ 16 hours అసలు మనుషులతో మాట్లాడేవాడు కాదు. ఎంతసేపు కెమిస్ట్రీ కెమిస్ట్రీ కెమిస్ట్రీ. ఓన్లీ అంటే ఆ రోజుల్లో కొంచెం చిన్న యాక్సిడెంట్ అయ్యి కొంచెం ప్రాబ్లం అయింది, లేకపోతే ఈరోజు యూనిలైట్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉండదు. ఆన్ బిహాఫ్ మా యూనిలైట్స్ వాళ్ళు కూడా ఈరోజు చాలా కంగ్రాచులేషన్ చెప్పారు సార్ ఆన్ బిహాఫ్ ఆఫ్ యూనిలైట్స్ ఎంప్లాయీస్. ఇప్పటికి మాకు టచ్లో ఉంటారు. సార్కి మేము వచ్చేటప్పుడు చెప్పాను, ఇట్లా సార్ది వల్ల రాజ్యసభ మెంబర్ అయ్యారు. నాకు చిన్న అడ్వైజ్ సజెషన్ ఏంటంటే, సార్ మనం ఇంత చేసాం, ఇంత సంపాదించాం, ఇంతమంది ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ చేసాం, కానీ నేను అబ్జర్వ్ చేసింది ఏంటంటే మన తెలంగాణలో ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పిల్లలకి మనం చదువుకున్న స్కూల్ జడిపిహెచ్ఎస్ స్కూల్లో మనం చదువుకున్నాము, కానీ ఈరోజు పరిస్థితి చాలా ఘోరంగా ఉంది. దానికి ఏం చేద్దాం, మన ఏరియాలో మన ఇండస్ట్రీస్ ఉంటే ఒక స్కూల్స్ అడాప్ట్ చేసుకొని కార్పస్ ఫండ్ చేసి అట్లీస్ట్ వాళ్ళకి కావాల్సిన ఫెసిలిటీ ఇవ్వాలని నా యొక్క అడ్వైజ్. ఇప్పుడు జీడిమట్ల ఉంది, పటాన్చెరువు ఉంది, మన చౌటుప్పల్ ఉంది. దయచేసి అందరూ ఇండస్ట్రియలిస్టు ఒక కార్పస్ ఫండ్ చేసి అట్లీస్ట్ గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్స్ అడాప్ట్ చేసుకొని, ఈ గవర్నమెంట్లో నేను మొన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఒక స్కూల్కి వెళ్ళా, అక్కడ మధ్యాహ్నం మీద భోజనం పెడుతున్నారు, వర్షం వస్తుంది, ఎక్కడ వాళ్ళ పరిస్థితి, ప్లేట్లు అక్కడ పడేసి వెళ్ళిపోయారు. అప్పుడు అనిపించింది నాకు, మనం ఇంత సంపాదించింది కాదు, ఈ పిల్లల కోసం ఏదో ఒకటి చేయాలని. అన్నదానం కంటే విద్యాదానం గొప్పదని ఒక 20 మందిని మా మండలంలో చదివించాను నేను. ఐఐటి స్టూడెంట్స్, ఐఐటి డాక్టర్స్, ఇప్పుడు ఎంబీబీఎస్ డాక్టర్ కూడా మా మండల్లో మన రైతు బిడ్డల్ని. దయచేసి మీరంతా నా రిక్వెస్ట్ ఏంటంటే, సార్ కూడా గవర్నమెంట్ ఏం చేయదండి, అది మర్చిపోవాలి. గవర్నమెంట్ ఏం చేయదు, ఊరికే చెప్తా ఉంటారు వాళ్ళ స్కీమ్స్. మన ఇండస్ట్రీస్ మనం డెవలప్ చేసాం కాబట్టి, మనం ఇంత డెవలప్ అయినాం కాబట్టి, ఏ ఏరియా వాళ్ళు ఆ ఏరియా తీసుకొని ఆ స్కూల్స్ను అడాప్ట్ చేసుకొని చదివించాల్సింది నా అడ్వైజు. మీరు కూడా ఒకసారి ఒక టీం ఏర్పాటు చేసుకొని దానికి ఒక కమిటీ ఏర్పాటు చేసుకొని చేయగలని కోరుకుంటున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఈ ఆపర్చునిటీ ఇచ్చిన.
Anyone else? Nobody? I would like to speak with the permission of the chair. You are coming? No. I would like to speak with the permission of the chair. Like that. Thank you very much, sir. See, Dr. Parsad Reddy garu started his unit as a one-man army. And very soon he collected various people and grew very fastly. It is like the banyan tree of Mahabub Nagar. Probably you must have seen that big banyan tree, which has spread to 5 acres. So it has become a banyan tree. And he has laid the foundation so strong that it is like the bund, the hill in Lal Bagh in Bangalore. Probably you must have seen that, the oldest and ancient stone existing there and all that. So now he got an opportunity to serve the people as a people's representative, as an MP, and it is quite welcome for us that he should do it. As William J. Lang has put it, behind every man there is a society. Behind the society is the natural and environmental issues that can be sorted out properly for the benefit of the people. That's what William J. Lang said for the England country. So similarly, behind you, there is a social responsibility, and you have been given the opportunity to represent it for the sake of the benefit of the people as well as to the nation. You can study every issue from every state and try to implement them for a better prospects of the country as well as of the individuals. One more thing is, we are having politicians, but we are not having statesmen. We are politicians quarreling with each other and all that. That will be put an end to when people like him are made as members of parliament and leaders. For example, you take Abdul Kalam. He is a scientist and he has become a president. And somebody went and asked him, what is it, you are a scientist, how can you manage this office? He said, why not? I have immense common sense. I use it. for the benefit of the people. If I cannot understand it, I will go to the person who understands it. The same applies to him also, because he is also a scientist, and I hope he will do the same for the betterment of the people. Thank you very much. And one request I have on behalf of BDMA, which I should not ask today, but I should ask. With great difficulty, I managed, or rather with a lot of persuasion, I got the BDMA office there in Sanat Nagar, which Dr. Subba Reddy must be knowing, and Dr. Venkat Reddy must be knowing. You see that you make it permanently come to BDMA, if possible, talking with central government. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity. Next. Now, we honor the past presidents, and Mr. Parsadeli will be distributing the shawls to them. Dr. V.V. Subbareddy garu. Dr. Dr. N. Venkat Reddy garu. Flowers తీసుకొచ్చి. శ్రీ ఎం నారాయణ రెడ్డి గారు. Sri K. Nityananda Reddy, he is there in his absence. I request Mr. Madan Mohan Reddy to take it. Mr. Jayant Tagore. Venkat Jasti garu. Venkat Jasti. Hello, sir. Mr. Jayant Tagore. Mr. V.B. Krishna Reddy. Now, our national president and our senior vice president will honor Sri Parsad Reddy garu. No. Agarwal and national president and memento. A memento would be presented by Dr. V.V. Subbareddy garu to Mr. Parsad Reddy, Dr. Parsad Reddy garu. Please stay on. You show it to the audience. Show it to the audience. So thank you, sir. Now I request Sri B. Parsad Reddy Garu to give his address to the members.
Dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Subbareddy Garu, eminent personality, senior most, first generation entrepreneur. I am very much happy to see him with all of us today. Thank you very much, sir, for blessing me. Our present BDMA President Agarwalji, Srinivasaraju Garu, Rameshwarao Garu, and one more senior most well-wisher of not only the BDMA, everybody, Radhakrishnamoorthy Garu, and our BDMA past presidents and eminent personalities. I could see Narayan Reddy Garu, Virtual Labs chairman, Venkat Jasti Garu, founder of Suven Labs, Krishna Reddy Garu, ikkada entante this time, no, the father and the son, they served the BDMA together. We have to give a big clap together. Dr. Venkat Reddy Garu, my colleague Madan Mohan, several people I have seen today, my friends. Giridhar is here. And one more senior most well-wisher of the industry, Appaji Garu, is here. More than that, young and dynamic entrepreneurs. So I am very much excited to see all of you today. A warm good evening to everybody. When our president met me, he requested me to come and spend some time with all of you. Sir, thank you very much for inviting me. It's a great opportunity to see my friends and also to talk something to the next generation entrepreneurs. Once again, thank you very much. Sir, I would like to take this opportunity to remember some of the people who are responsible, because of whom I was here standing in front of you today. The first, my parents, especially my mother, who taught me the importance of the education when I was young, and also he taught me the moral values. And she is no more today, but she is with me always. The second person, he is also no more. All of you knows him very well, Dr. Anjareddy Garu, who is my mentor and guide, and also well-wisher to the industry. Without his support and help, I would have not reached this stage. Very great personality we lost, the industry lost. And the third person, I am ever thankful to our Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, for bestowing me the greatest opportunity of being a parliamentarian of Rajya Sabha, because so far, earlier no chief minister. I expected this position to our Guru, Dr. Reddy Garu, Radhakrishnamoorthy Garu aware of it. Somehow, no chief minister today recognized any personality from the industry. I am grateful to the God that I could get the opportunity to serve the industry as well as the nation because of his decision. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Last but not the least, if I would have not mentioned several people or remembered several people's contribution. My friends, so many people in the industry who stood beside me every time so that now I could get the motivation through them, help several times, because all of their help and the contribution, advice, guidance, I was here today. So I could mention on the behalf of them one person named today Giridhar. So like Giridhar, many more people, like Dr. Mohan Rao, so many people, so who are with me. Because what I would like to share my feelings is that any man who has come up in their life means behind his success, many people will be there. So those many people, most of the people are sitting today in front of me. It's a very, very fortunate situation for me. Thank you once again, all of you. I have forgotten one name, Narayan Reddy garu. He is also elderly personality, elder to me. So when I was working in Standard Organics, he is almost above me in terms of the position and the responsibility. So at the same time, I would like to congratulate the BDMA. For the last 3 decades, I think 1991, they were established. So the way the association extended the support, really, we can't describe in the words. And all the first generation entrepreneurs, like Subba Reddy garu is sitting here, like C.C. Reddy garu, several people, Ram Prasad is not here. Really, they served the association. And in one word to say that it is extended the outstanding performance and service to the industry. The BDMA at that time, when they have established the association, they thought that it is restricted to the Andhra Pradesh, undivided state Andhra Pradesh. But subsequently, they have expanded to the Indian based. But we are lucky to have the BDMA head office here, so that every one of us, including me, we have taken the lot of benefit through the association. I was recollecting when Ishwar Reddy is presenting the BDMA building, so, and also deficiencies and also expecting some kind of the sponsorships. So the way I have taken the benefit, I felt it is my moral responsibility to extend this support. Sir, I would like to give 1 crore of rupees to the BDMA from my personal account, and at the same time from our company Hetero through CSR. Any kind of the work you needed, you please welcome, so that now I'll discuss with my colleagues from Hetero and we'll take care of any kind of the pending works. Don't worry, all the body members. Sir, I would like to take only a couple of minutes. It will not take more than 6-7 minutes, because it is opportunity to share some of my views to the young generation entrepreneurs who are sitting here. I always feel proud, about the evolution of the pharma industry last century. As a scientist, it's very excited. In nowhere in the world, any country, it has not happened like this. It's a remarkable growth in our country. Overall Indian pharmaceutical industry has evolved from almost nowhere, as I mentioned, nowhere to the present as world leader today. If we just recap, prior to the independence, last century, 19th century, only, in 1901, Acharya P.C. Ray established a small industry in Bengal as under the name of Bengal Chemicals to manufacture the very, very primitive chemicals, and subsequently about 1947, I think so, the Alembic Chemicals also established. These are the only two industries before independence, Indian industry, in the Indian pharma industry, only these are the two industries. Subsequently, because of his contribution, P.C. Ray Award also announced. I am very much fortunate to receive the award when I was working as the chemist in Dr. Reddy's labs in 1984. So we can say that he is the founder of the pharma or chemicals industry in India. So over the next few decades, like companies like Unichem, still it is there, and the Cipla. It's a multi-billion-dollar company today, Cipla. These companies have come, some other companies have come, and started manufacturing very, very primitive drugs like aspirin, quinine salts, like that, without having the much idea, much technology about the modern drugs. At the time of the independence in 1947, most of the people are aware that our total Indian pharma industry's contribution is only 10 crores. Even you extend the 10 crores to the present value, it is not more than 1,000 crores, 1,000 crores, I suppose. So major turning point has come after the independence. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, when he announced the establishment of the first factory under the name of HAL, Hindustan Antibiotics Limited, in Pimpri, Pune. And subsequently in 1961, we are all lucky, all of us knows that IDPL, Indian Drugs Pharmaceuticals Limited, they were established one in Hyderabad, one in Rishikesh. So this is the turning point, not only for country, it is for the Telugu states especially, because most of the first generation entrepreneurs served in ITPL, including our Dr. Anjareddy Garu, like Dr. Rajarao Garu, so many people. I think Subbareddy Garu knows about it. I don't know, Subbareddy Garu is not the product of IDPL. Am I correct? Okay, good. So, yes, in terms of the establishment of the chemical plant, engineering, the Russian engineers, they used to come and stay here several months and years. At that time, we did not know how to fix a pipeline to run the steam, how to run the chilled water circulations, all those things we learned from the Russia. And also manufacturing, like making the reactors, all those things, like glass-lined reactors are at that time imported. And the technologists, we don't know. I don't know what are the drugs they used to make, and people say that like AnnualGen and paracetamol, I don't know. I know paracetamol, you are the leaders. I have to mention about it. So that is the major turning point. That means somebody should take a decision for the future by which the future is going to be the bright. So that IDPL really, it's no more IDPL, land is there, the SIC industry is there, but it has given the birth for so many industries, directly or indirectly. Between 1970 to after 60 to 70, between 70 to 80 if I have to talk, the people started, as I mentioned, the first generation entrepreneurs, whether how much money they have got, I don't know. But it started that why can't we establish the industry? Why can't we enter into the business? Why can't we put the efforts to manufacture the drugs? That is the idea. With that idea, several people ventured by taking the lot of risk. Like Dr. Edgar, he established in Unilights, and I think around 78, I think Standard Organics. So immediately even virtual laboratories, Krishna Pharmaceuticals, biological events, series. So that decade is very, very successful year for the pharma industry in Telugu states, and other states are also. Some of the companies like Cadila and other companies have come. That is the biggest boost in the decade 1970 to 80. And also people started manufacturing the first generation like antibiotics, like Penji products like ampicillin, amoxicillin, and started the sulfamethoxazole. You know, one of my friends mentioned the Unilytes, anti-protozoal drugs, like metronidazole, trimethoprim. And we are lucky to see the people who have developed and manufactured. People are sitting here in front of us. It's very, very fortunate situation for the people like you and like me. So, and also those products are also, they started, established the R&Ds. They started realizing that no, without the R&D they cannot. At that time there is no communication systems with abroad, any countries. In-house, they have established the R&D and they have developed the technologies. For example, sulfamethoxazole, metronidazole, like trimethoprim, all these drugs have been developed indigenously. That is the greatness. So coming to 1980 to 90, people really started not only focusing but investing in the R&Ds. People realized without the R&D you cannot develop a drug. If you wanted to be in the business of pharma, you should have the technologically very strong. And due to the advancement of scientific capabilities, Indian companies started manufacturing the modern drugs like AC inhibitors, like quinolone antibacterials, and the complex cephalosporins. By that time, so many companies like Aurobindo, and afterwards Hetero, afterwards several people. That is the decade 1980 to the 90. It's a decade of the so many people entered into the pharma area and started building the facilities. And by 1990, India was self-sufficient in the production of the many of the life-saving drugs. By 1990, it is credit should go to all of you. So maybe some kind of the like advanced drugs they used to import from the multinations, but otherwise all these kind of the simple antibiotics, antibacterial safe, quinolone antibacterial, everything the people started making. And this side, the south, as I told, Dr. D Labs and so many companies, and north like Cipla, Cadila, and Torrent, many companies, and overall they made the India self-sufficient as per the requirement of the many life-saving drugs. And 1990 to 2000, people realized the importance of the quality. They have established the R&D capabilities, they have proven, and they are understanding what is they read about the exports. They have understood very well that no, without the quality we cannot export the drugs. If you remember 1993, sir, USA government, FDA said that we don't allow the Indian product to be imported in USA. That is the statement. So people must have been taken very seriously, and they have started focusing on quality, developing the quality systems, and commissioning the plants as per the CGMP requirement of the US FDA. And one side API is ahead, no? Many companies even, for example, to mention Dr. Reddy's Labs first time in 1988, am I correct, Giridhar? 1988, Dr. Reddy's Unit 1, DRL Unit 1 in Bolaram and Kemina drugs in GD Metla, both are there. They got the first time FDA approval. That's the first time in the country, 2 plants. And the people have got developed the confidence. And the people, whoever is coming and new people are also really motivated with those results. So that started yielding. And motivating the overall industry people. So that's how, so 1995, I think, I left, Dr. Reddy left, and I founded the Hetero company. So Dr. Reddy's taken a decision, why can't we manufacture the finished product and export to the USA? By that time, we used to export the products like methyl dopa and ibuprofen. So then he constructed, I heard that no, he has spent a lot of resources and developed the drug ranitidine. And north side, I think 2 companies are also developed, submitted the ANDAs. Ultimately, by the time we reached 2000, we got the confidence that not only the APIs, but also finished products also we can make and export the highly difficult markets like USA and Europe. And coming to the 2000 to 2010, you know, with that confidence, you know, many companies, more than 100 companies, APIs, more than nearly 100 companies, finished dosages, started manufacturing, developing the drugs, submitting the ANDAs, getting the approvals, full focus on the exports. And every country, they used to get the regulatory approvals, both facilities and the products, and proven. And at the same time, I should mention that apart from the BDMA, who are restricted to their activities and expertism to support the APIs, manufacturing facilities, but the associations like PharmExcel and other 2-3 associations formed only to support the industry, how to explore the possibilities of exporting the drugs. That's how PharmExcel also played a very significant role in terms of educating and motivating the people. So at that time, I remember in 1990 also, 98, around that, we used to manufacture the sildenafil to export the drug to one of the Latin American country. We have to catch hold of the Italian trader. When we used to sell at $2,000, he used to sell at the $25,000. That is the status, no? That's where, no, PharmExcel played a very important role in bringing the direct connection to the industry. So really we should appreciate the association's role. What I mean to say today, we are with associations. Association means not the association where it is like a body sitting, not like that. They have really contributed to the industry. So, as I mentioned, after the 2010 to 20, anybody who wanted to enter, they know that unless I build the facility as per the CGMP, I should not. Most of the plants started getting the US FDA approvals, now. And other than the high volume fermented product, that also, I am visualizing that in a short span of the time, maybe Aurobindo and Virchow, they are going to bring that expertism into the country. But other than the fermentation, any kind of the synthetic product to the complex product today, biosimilar complex products. So we have reached a level where we can develop the technology and manufacture, not only the manufacture, we can export to the any country in the world. That is the status of the Indian pharma industry today. I feel proud. And any scientist will feel proud. This credit should go to the people like you, all over the country, scientific people, engineering people, business people, all the people. మనకు ఆ బ్లడ్లోనే ఉందండి. ఒకళ్ళకి ఏదన్నా చేస్తున్నాము అని అంటే మనం ఎందుకు చేయకూడదని. సో ఒక్కొక్క కంట్రీలో ఒక్కొక్క రకమైనటువంటి క్యాపబిలిటీస్ ఉంటాయి. మన క్యాపబిలిటీస్ ఏంటంటే, మనం ఎవరైనా ఏదైనా చేస్తున్నామంటే కాపీ కొడతామో, ఏం చేస్తామో, అది చేస్తామో, మొత్తం ఎందుకు చేయము, కష్టపడతాం కూడా. All of you are very hard working. When compared to the Western culture, I am telling, most of you are working 6 days a week. And maybe more than 10 hours, not only me. At that time is different. Myself, Giridhar, we used to sleep almost in the broken sofas. I used to go to my house. I used to have the 3 pairs of the clothes. I I used to scared to enter into my room. No, I used to have the 2 rooms. When I used to involve and develop in the tenant zones, some kind of the Mercapta smell used to stick to the clothes. So the moment I enter into the campus, no, all the people, they say, where your husband is working, why you are allowing him, he is bringing a dirty smell into our campus, you please vacate it. This is the situation, we have faced it. But that is, we never bothered about such kind of this. I am sure that many of you must have faced same kind of the situation. So we have converted a small house in Sardarji's house in Khairatabad. We have established the lab. Bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, we have converted into lab. Myself, Giridhar Mohan Rao. And when we are purging the ammonia, when we are developing the methyl dopa technology for amination reaction, that ammonia used to go to the bedroom of my owner. And next day he has come, can you vacate or not? So, we have vacated and we have gone to a nearby the airport, some Alauddin building like that, several, but we never left it. We never left it. So that is the attitude of our scientific people from India. I have not seen anywhere. I traveled 115 countries last 40 years, including Dr. Eddy's experience. I am with Hetero last 30 years. But nowhere I have seen this kind of the spark among the people. But there is a knowledge, no doubt we have to accept certain areas, they are great. But we know how to learn from them and how to implement, we are the great in that. There is nothing to worry about it. So finally, India is the largest, it is emerged as the largest provider of the generic drugs globally. It's no doubt about it. Every country is recognized. So today, we have reached a level where 40% of the total global requirement, we have created the capacities. We are doing, you people are doing it. And it will further grow, I am talking. Somebody is telling there is a competition, prices erosion. What is that? How many days we can survive? Madan, this is every day we discuss it. But I am telling the Madan, as long as the human life is on the earth, they need to have the medicines. Somebody has to manufacture and supply to the patient. Though somebody is nothing but our Indian pharma industry. I am talking. Don't worry about that. And one more thing I am telling on thread. When China is able to make, always I question myself, when China is able to make, why can't we make? What the Chinese are great about it? What is that? No. So when remdesivir, COVID time, no? So Honorable Prime Minister announced the scheme of, what is that name? So totally indigenously, I am telling in front of you, there is a remdesivir manufacturing process consists of the 21 stages. I have started the development in December. We have completed by April 1st week. We have submitted the file to DCI. We have not, without importing a single precursor, we could manufacture. And both APIs and finished dosages, we could supply our country, not only our country, apart from it, we have supplied 150 countries, millions of dosages, without any quality rejection. It's a sterile product, injection means how careful we are today. It reflects the strength of our Indian scientists and our commitment toward the quality. So not only that, you have seen the vaccines today. So today, every country recognized our capabilities in terms of developing the vaccines. Some biosimilars, some even today you see 80% of the antiretroviral drugs, as per the global requirement, today manufactured in Hyderabad. And the products like sulfamethoxazole, no competition, 100% is manufactured even today here. The trimethoprim, 100%. I am talking, if you show the patients for some more years, you are going to make each and every product like that, like sulfamethoxazole, like antiretrovirals. We should not worry. Your next generation, that means third generation people comes are also they can make it. I am writing and giving you. Other than the India, nobody can cater the needs of the global pharmaceutical market. Dear gentlemen, we are going to, as per the 2021 economical survey, we are going to reach, by 2030, they say about 125. That means about 10 lakh crores. Now we are in the range of 2.5, including exports, I think, just got 2.5 lakh crores, around that. So, you are right. And that means 4 lakh crores. 50 means 4 lakh. It's going to be 120. But volume-wise, it's going to be the 4 times. See, volume-wise. See, volume-wise, we are in the 3rd or 4th position. We are going to be the number 1 by this decade ending, definitely. Value-wise, I cannot visualize, but we are there. When volume is there, value is with us. So there's no problem. This is the opportunity. So that's why I never be scared about my competitor in India, about my competitor anywhere. Believe me, last 30 years, I never compared any company when I was trying to develop a drug, because I wanted to take my own share, some share from that market. Why I should worry? I never. So the moment if you start scaring yourself, no, what China can do, you tell me? What China can do, you tell me? Tomorrow if you establish, మీరు నారాయణ రెడ్డి గారు పెంచి ప్లాంట్స్ కడితే వాళ్ళు మూసుకోవాల్సిందే. మంగోలియా గింగోలియా ఏం పనికిరాదు. నేను చెప్తున్నాను కదా, ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్. మీరు సల్ఫామెథాక్సోల్లో చేస్తారు పెంజి, వాళ్ళు వచ్చి పెంజి కొనుక్కోవాలి. ఇవాళ చైనా ఈజ్ నాట్ ఎట్ ఆల్ ఏ చీపర్. ఐఎమ్ టెల్లింగ్, చైనా ఈజ్ నాట్ ఎట్ ఆల్ ఏ చీపర్ టుడే. ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ రాంగ్, కరెక్ట్ ఇట్. అట్లీస్ట్ టుమారో we are cheaper than China. We are going to be the cheaper. Technology-wise also, other than the fermentation, as I mentioned, or depending upon the natural resources where they have got it, from that they are making some kind of the drugs. We are no way inferior. So I am personally, if you ask me, I am not scared about China. No. We have established a company. Aurobindo established a company in China. I know their knowledge. You know their knowledge. What do you say? You mean to say they are more intelligent than us in terms of the technology, in terms of the quality, in terms of the manufacturing? Nothing is there now. You have seen, you have established now. So nothing. It's only, don't worry about the China. What I mean to say, don't worry about the China in anybody. కొద్దిగా మనం వరి అవ్వాలంటే మన పక్కన వాళ్ళు మన గురించే వరి అవ్వాలి. ఇక్కడ కూర్చున్న వాళ్ళు మనమే కాంపిటేటర్స్. వీఆర్ ది కాంపిటేటర్స్. బీ కేర్ఫుల్. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ వర్రీడ్. మేము we used to put the codes for the sulfuric acid, sodium chloride, caustic lye also when we were working Dr. Reddy labs. Giridhar, am I correct? What codes పెట్టి ఏంటంటే ఏంటో. So today, if somebody wanted, I used to open my batch cards, my technology. You wanted to know? Please know and produce it. No secret in hetero. I told to my people, don't keep any secret. Fight openly. We can fight openly, provided you have to have inbuilt capabilities, multiple capabilities. You should be in a position to develop the drug. You should be in a position to manufacture the drugs on par of the CGMP. You should be in a position to market the drug. You should be in a position to improve your reputation of the organization so that the people will come to you. All these multiple capabilities, if you have, you will have your own share. USA law, you are selling, he is selling, I am selling, he is selling. Always, if you go to the ocean, always, if you calculate the ratio of the big fish, medium fish, small fish, the ratio will be same. But we feel that no, always big fish will eat small fish. No. So that is the business strategy I wanted you to understand and learn. Sorry, I have taken more time. So finally, maybe industry, maybe the government side, no? So still we have to spend our resources for the R&D. No doubt, some companies are spending 3%, 4%, 5%. Still I feel it's not enough. Because I visited the Japan in I think 2024, I visited a country. When I was interacting a university professor, we were discussing one product. And in that product, I have seen the paper, they have achieved 96% yield. Whereas we will be happy even then we get 80%, 82%. So what is going on, sir? No, we wanted to increase this 96% to 99%. That's why my people are working. Arey Baba, 96% to 99%. What he has replied, we do not want to leave this 3%. Always when there is a scope to get the 100%, why can't we try? And at the same time, what did he told? If I am leaving these 3% equivalent unwanted chemicals in the ground or like as effluents, my country is going to be ecologically affected. One is the cost-wise, second wise is the environment-wise. So always there is a scope. So like that they work. Why can't we work when we get the 80% yield? When we get some kind of the 20% EBITDA or profit, we are happy. Why can't you try to get the EBITDA 50%? You are ready to get the 50%, but no, who will give the 50%? That's what our question. But you yourself should develop, improve your capabilities. So we will make a effective representation to our finance minister how to assist the companies to spend the more resources toward the R&D. So this is where there is a possibility, the government, Honorable PM also very much interested. So he wanted, because he is recently, after the COVID, first time our Honorable Prime Minister recognized the importance and the capabilities of our Indian pharma industry. Now whenever he goes out of the country, when he is talking about his vaccines. He is talking about his COVID medicines. We are producing everything. Very proudly he is announcing. That's why this is the right time for the associations or industries to represent the government to get the more benefits towards the R&Ds. So coming to the Telangana, after the formation of Telangana, myself, Narayan Reddy Garu, together, many of the people, we met our Honorable CM. So Narayan Reddy Garu has presented the overall situation of the industry. Our Honorable CM understood. We have requested for the 3,000 acres. When we were the BDMA, myself, Narayan Reddy Garu, Nityananda, together, all my peoples, one day we have received a notice to close down the 100 units. Am I correct, sir? 100 at a time. So we went to Delhi. We have done so many things which I cannot disclose, as Narayan Reddy Garu has described. Somehow we bypassed the situation. And afterwards, there is no land to expand for the Hyderabad people, of course. Afterwards, we have met Honorable CM Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy Garu at that time. He is kind enough to entrust the job to me, Narayan Reddy Garu, Acharya, Jasti Garu Kuda unnaru. At that time, Industries Minister Bossa Chachanara. We were there, we discussed, and ultimately in 3,000 acres with the help of the Ramki we have done. You have seen what is the success of that one. At that time, everybody is demotivated. Like that, here we have represented. What did he told? Instead of 3,000 acres, he has got the mega plan. Why can't we go for the 6,000 or 8,000? Ultimately, government acquired from the last 4 years, as on today, 8,000 acres. And another 4,000 acres also they are going to acquire. When we met last week, the decision is very soon they are going to announce the pharmacity. The prices also, what we have represented, our Honorable CM is accepted. And there is a lot of scope for the next young people and to keep the land banks for the future expansion purpose. I think this Dasra they have tried, but because of other issues, you must be aware of it, they have postponed it. Otherwise, in Hyderabad, about close to 10,000 acres are going to come to the pharma industry, of course by paying the cost. So it is a good opportunity, and there are about 2 lakh of the people employment we are expecting, that to local universities and all those people. Maybe I cannot do, Jasti Garu cannot do, Narayan Reddy Garu cannot do, Subba Reddy Garu cannot do, but our grandchildren can do. We are all our grandchildren. So for the sake of you people, we have been working. So once again, finally, as a Rajya Sabha member, I certainly strive hard to safeguard the interest of the, as I mentioned, the industry. This is my heart. So without the industry, I told after, when I met, he is also told one thing, sir, why you have nominated me? So there are so many people, aspirants will be there, why sir, why? Because I am not suitable for the politics, I am a scientific person. So he told only one thing. Even then, if I have the 100 Rajya Sabha seats also, I cannot satisfy my colleagues in the political. No use. So this is one, at least I wanted to give from the scientific community. So because pharmaceutical is coming, you can coordinate with your colleagues from the industry. He was also remembering Narayan Reddy Garu. First time you people have come and really motivated me to acquire the land and let us make it success. That is one thing is enough. I don't pressurize you to actively participate in the poll. That's how I accepted. So the credit should go to the industry. Because of this pharma industry only, he could give the opportunity for me on behalf of all of you. So once again, I assure you, personally or through BDME, any one of you needed any help, believe that no, I can be helpful to sort out any kind of your issue. Or you believe that I can bring some valuation to the industry, any time you are welcome. So I have got exclusively appointed one secretary, and we are going to do it. And Agrawalji, the funds what I have disclosed is enough. You wanted me to give 1 crore more, no problem. So no problem. So I wanted to make him happy. On that day, so much worry he has come. Once again, thank you one and all. I have taken the little more time. Please excuse me. And Subbareddy garu late avutundani nenu chaala endukante తొందరగా వెళ్తారు నా కోసమే వచ్చారు. చాలా థ్యాంక్స్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వన్ అండ్ ఆల్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
Thank you very much, sir. You have given the overall view of the past, present, and future to be done. You want to say something? You want to say? Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, Parsareddy garu a question undi. Sir, till today, ESLO NCE product is not allowed from India. Parsareddy garu meeku cheptanu. Till today, NCE products are not allowed into the USA for the government supplies. Because of that, we lost a very good opportunity to manufacture API, NCE product. So that you have to take care through Prime Minister to ban that one.
Sir, I can understand your the question. The NCA product means as long as the patent is applicable, the government, USA government or any government...
For manufacturing for the innovator only.
If the innovator gives the license,
yes,
you can
even
manufacture.
Though it is not allowed.
We are manufacturing.
But for government
we are remdesivir is the licensed product.
That is different issue, sir. It's a pandemic product. In general, for government supply, it is not allowed. General market, it can go.
There USA?
USA.
So that...
What I remember is, in US, for military purchases.
I remember it is military, what I remember. I handled this subject. As I remember it is maybe government or mostly it is military purchases. US government says API should be domestically produced. Formulation purchase should be based on domestic produced API. This was there, and I recall when I was in Pharmexcel, I made an issue in the ministers' meeting, and immediately there was a response. And I wanted to flag this issue because why this API is not. But my understanding now, I can speak in presence of all, that our circle friends also said it is there, but US government has not implemented, not looking into this. Why do we raise this subject and again bringing it into open? And I just kept it at that, but it is still there even today, as I remember, that position.
But India, now we are in a demanding situation. So we have to take into the PM notice. It is there, sir. Still we lost an opportunity.
Yeah, one thing, Andy. Our Prime Minister cannot influence that Prime Minister. That never happens. Only thing is, your originator, where you have taken the license, so those people can work out.
Production is required, sir.
Huh?
Even if we hold a patent license, but for that particular class, it should have been produced, bulk drug should have been produced in US itself.
That is there, sir, but there are exceptions are there. When the originator, when the demand is there, when the originator is not able to like supply, so there is a provision. Exceptions are there. 1 or 2 drugs we are making. So, yes, we are making. There are the 2 types of the businesses, institutions, government. One is institutions directly you can, one is the military. The military is strictly they are following, but there are exceptions you can take the.
But if there is a consensus among all APA producers, most of them are here, if we have to represent, should we highlight this? Even now, even today what I feel, should we highlight this and try to get amendment for that? Which may not be possible. Also, it may not be in the interest of Indian pharma. Since they are, as you are also telling, that you have supplied and the purchases are there. But I remember acyclovir or somebody, some formulation which was approved from Indian side, that military department rejected that because APA was not produced in US. But this is not being implemented strictly by US.
I'll give some more information later to you.
We can discuss on that further.
Shivakumar, koncham number this. I think it's everybody is hungry. I think. So there no supply of any snacks, nothing. We'll wind up, sir. Close that.
Sir, for giving a bird's eye view of the past and present for future. Thank you very much for your guidance, and we look to you for support every time. We thank you very much, and I thank also Dr. Subba Reddy Garu for chairing the session, and all the people, all of you for doing it. Thank you very much. Now join us for dinner.